Welcome back, dear people. This question was asked in GATE 2014 exam. Actually, it's from set 1. In 2014, I think 3 or 4 questions were asked from the topic of pipelining. So let's see this one first. Consider a 6-stage instruction pipeline where all stages are perfectly balanced. Assume that there is no cycle time overhead of pipelining. When an application is executing on this 6-stage pipeline, the speedup achieved with respect to non-pipelined execution. If 25% of the instructions incur 2 pipeline stall cycles is. Okay, so first of all, I'd like to explain these 2 lines. The first line is consider a 6-stage pipeline where all the stages are perfectly balanced. That means they are saying we have a constant clock rate or the stage delays are equal for every stage. And the second one is assume that there is no cycle time overhead of pipelining. No cycle time overhead of pipelining. That means you can consider the buffer delays to be negligible, or they're saying there's no pipeline hazards, etc. That means you simply assume the ideal conditions. Okay. Now let's try this question. So first thing is they are saying on the pipelined version 25% of the instructions incur 2 stall cycles. What is the effect of 2 stall cycles on the CPI? If there are 2 stall cycles, the CPI will be 3. How can I say that? Just see. So when there are 2 stall cycles, this is a 6-stage pipeline. We have these 6 stages. Now the next instruction's execution would begin from here. But having 2 stall cycles means these 2 cycles are wasted, and effectively the next instruction will begin its execution from here. Okay, now you just try to calculate the effective CPI. CPI means clocks per instruction. On average, one instruction requires how many clocks? So that is number of clock cycles between the execution of 2 continuous instructions. Okay, so one instruction ends here and other instruction ends here. What is the number of clock cycles between these two? You can clearly see we have 3 clock cycles. Okay, so you can say on average effective CPI is 3. For 2 stall cycles, CPI is 3. For 1 stall cycles, CPI will be 2, and for 0 stall cycles, CPI will be 1. 0 stall cycles means we begin the execution from here only. That means these 2 clock cycles will also be utilized. Okay, so if you begin the execution from here, obviously you will end it here like this. Okay, that means the effective CPI is going to be 1. This instruction took only this cycle extra. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. Now the question becomes that 25% instructions have a CPI of 3. Okay, instead of saying 2 stall cycles, we have converted into CPI. So because we are assuming ideal conditions, the rest of the instructions, 75% of the instructions will face an effective CPI of 1. Okay, so let me just write it here. 25%, that means 25 divided by 100. These many instructions face a CPI of 3. We just calculated. the remaining 75% instructions are having a CPI of 1. Okay. That's given in the question indirectly. Now, you see the formula for speedup is time taken by non-pipelined processor divided by time taken by pipelined processor, or time taken by older version by time taken by latest version. Now, this is time taken by the pipelined processor. We need to calculate time taken by non-pipelined processor, this version. Because in question they are saying you can assume the buffer delays to be 0 and you can assume ideal conditions. So simply these 6 stages will also be present in the non-pipelined version. But the thing is, each and every instruction will take 6 clock cycles. Okay, because in non-pipelined version we will not have any parallelism. Each and every instruction will take separate 6 clock cycles, whereas in pipelined version, in one clock cycle only, multiple instructions are using multiple stages. Okay, so here, because we have a 6-staged pipeline, in its non-pipelined version, each instruction will take 6 clock cycles. That means the effective CPI will be 6. So the effective CPI for every instruction here is 6 because we don't have any pipelining. Now you might get one doubt. In formula of speedup, we have time taken by non-pipelined version to execute one instruction and time taken by pipelined version to execute one instruction. So we are talking about times here, but here I am talking in terms of CPI. How is it possible? It's just because if you convert CPI into time, it will be multiplied by some constant here as well as some constant here. Eventually they'll get cancelled. Okay, so you can write either CPI or time taken, because say one clock takes 1 nanosecond. 6 clocks are going to take these many nanoseconds. Okay, here also these many clocks are going to take these many nanoseconds. So converting into time means effectively doing nothing, because eventually this is going to get cancelled. Okay, anyways, you just solve this and you will get your speed up. Let me do that. 25 into 3 is 75. Okay, so 75 by 100 plus 75 by 100. This comes out to be 6 upon 2 times 75 by 100. So this is 75 divided by 50. And this will be 12 by 3. Yeah, so your speed up is 4. Okay, so answer to this question is 4, and I hope to see you in the next videos also.